Your first Facebook meeting with Zuck, and Ali told me actually you called him after the meeting and you said, this guy is the next Bill Gates. So Ali asked, and I have to ask, how did the meeting go down? What did you see in Mark that made you say he was the next Bill Gates, having worked with Bill for many years?
So this was in 2005. I was at Microsoft at the time, and I was in charge of the Microsoft Internet portal at the time. Back when Microsoft was competing with Yahoo and AOL and the upstart Google in the world of search. And I'd gotten introduced to Mark Zuckerberg through Sean Parker, who was, as you may remember at the time, the COO or president. And Facebook at this time was 9 people. It was a 9-person company. They were in 100 different colleges, and it was called The Facebook. It wasn't yet Facebook. And we met the day they got their term sheet from Excel, for the $100 million valuation. And Mark had basically just come from the meeting with Excel. My first thing I noticed is that he had like an eye tick. He had just something going on, either with his contact lenses or something. So he was continuously apologizing because something like had to rub his eyes and put eye drops in it, and he just was not physically very comfortable. And I had been talking to Sean Parker about the company. The thing I noticed is the difference in terms of how Sean spoke about the vision for the Facebook versus Mark, because what they had built at the time was kind of a chatting and socializing site for like students in college and like fraternities and sororities. But the way Mark talked about it, he was like, we're building the future of identity. We're building the future of connection. We're building a platform for everything on the internet. And this extremely far out vision, but also this level of seriousness and drive was very, very clear in him.
How did that differ from the way Sean described it?
When Sean was talking about it, it felt more like a sales pitch. And when Mark was describing it, it just felt more like this is my manifest destiny. Like almost like it doesn't matter whether you're here or not. I'm just telling you what I'm about. This is me. You know what I mean? This singular focus was like he didn't care whether he wasn't selling me. He was just like, this is the path I am on. This is what we're going to get done.
Did you invest on first meeting?
I ended up becoming an advisor, which was actually slightly better than investing because I ended up getting in at a $10 million valuation rather than the $100 million valuation, which is probably an insanely good opportunity.
Hadi, I'm going to be honest. It's one of those ones where it really doesn't matter. You know when they say it doesn't matter and you're
Yes.
like, well, it kind of does actually. No, it really doesn't. What did you advise them on?
I was helpful in terms of helping them early on with recruiting. There was, when you're a 9-person company, and your main product is for 18 and 19-year-olds, it's harder to get serious software folks engaged. Whether it was recruiting in like customer support, in marketing, also in engineering, the guy who was the main architect for the future Facebook platform, Ari Steinberg, is a guy who I helped introduce them to.